Everything we want in life, everything we want in life, we already are. And I know many of you will roll their eyes now. Why is it not here then? Well, it is not here because it isn't your strongest vibrating energy. Your strongest vibrating energy is always the energy that is manifesting in your 3D. You are your 3D. So you decide what frequency you want to vibrate at. You just practice the one vibration so many times that it over and over and over and over again just effortlessly shows up in your reality. Do you feel like you wasted 2024 and are not where you intended to be? Well, we can change that. In this video, I will explain to you why it doesn't matter what you did in 2024 or what you didn't do in 2024. What matters is today. There's still enough time to make this your best year ever. So at the end of this video, I have an exercise for you that will help you to initiate the new state of being that you want to be in, the new self that you want to embody and take into 2025. So you may not be happy with the way 2024 went for you. Or maybe you are, but you think could have been better. Well, let's rewrite your story for the fun of it. And I mean for the fun of it. Let's look at 2024 and find 10 things. And I mean 10 things that went well for you, that made you happy. Someone surprised you for your birthday, or you had a wonderful conversation with your mother, or your boyfriend proposed to you. Anyways, I want you to find at least 10 things. And what you will notice, once you've written them all down, they will make you smile. And you'll immediately get into a better mood. And from there, we're gonna go forward. So in order to help you with this, I want you, before you take your pen and paper, I want you to sit there, close your eyes, find a comfortable position, and then let's do a little breathing exercise. We're going to do box breathing. Inhaling on a count of 4, holding the breath for 4, exhaling for 4, and then before we inhale again, we hold for 4. Let me explain to you why we do this. Well, this is a beautiful breathing exercise that helps you realign your parasympathetic nervous system. And the parasympathetic nervous system is really the state you want to be in to live life. The modern world we live in has us in our sympathetic nervous system all the time. We want to take ourselves back. And one of the easiest and best ways to do that is breathing, breath work, different breathing exercises. A box breathing is so beautiful because it is a very coherent breath, right? So it brings things back into balance. You feel calm, collected. And some people need to do it for a little longer than others. It really depends on where you're at. I want you to do this for at least 10 times. And you can do this after the video because you might want to finish the video first. After the video, you do this and then you write down all the things that you loved about this year. If you find more than 10, even better, but find at least 10, okay? So, next thing we need to know is everything we want in life, everything we want in life, we already are. And I know many of you will roll their eyes now. Yeah, whatevs. Why is it not here then? Well, it is not here because it isn't your strongest vibrating energy. Your strongest vibrating energy is always the energy that is manifesting in your 3D. You are your 3D. So you decide what frequency you want to vibrate at. You just practice the one vibration so many times that it over and over and over and over again just effortlessly shows up in your reality. But again, we can change that. Look at it from the perspective of a TV, right? A TV, a lot of different channels. You click CNN, you click NBC, you click E, you click Fox, whatever frequency, right? Whatever channel you're clicking into, that's the channel that is shown to you. That doesn't mean that all the other channels aren't there at the same time, right? They are showing shows, interviews, whatever, at the same time, but you're not seeing them because you're tuned into, I don't know, CNN. So you're not going to see what's running on E or Fox or Bravo or whatever country you're in and whatever channels you have there. With a TV, it seems so easy, right? You just take the remote and click, you can watch another channel. How do you do that in your life? Because you will probably tell me, well, I'm not a TV. I don't have a remote. Well, you do. It just doesn't look exactly the same way as the remote that you use for your TV. So in the next 30 days, I will give you my coaching container completely for free. So this is my Christmas gift for you, so you can start 2025 with strength and clarity as the new version self. Now, what are we going to do in the next 30 days? By the way, if you hear my neighbors, I apologize. The boys are a little noisy today, but you know, we got to do what we got to do. The video has to go out. So what are we going to do? Well, first of all, we're going to finish this video, right? Then the next 30 days until New Year's Eve, I will either give you a video or in the community section, I will write down a plan for the day, things that you can do. I will also post meditation, breath work, and explain other tools you can use to shift your vibration. So look at me as your remote and tune in every day so you can change your frequency and realign your life so you can see in your external reality what you actually want to see. So now you still might sit there and think, it's all good and jolly what you're saying there, but you know, what am I going to do? I live with people, I have people in my 3D reality, you know, they're there, you know, what am I going to do with them? Well, it is up to you what you're going to do with them. Not saying you have to throw them all out, but at the same time, I'm saying, my lovely, you've got to grow some boundaries. I know December is the month where we come together, friends and family, and we celebrate and we cheer. So we are surrounded by the people in our lives a lot. And that's why I think December is such a good month to start practicing this. Because if you can do it now, if you find your way, find a way to practice your new version self, have stronger boundaries. Don't participate in everything that is thrown at you. Don't say yes to everything. Learn to say no. Or maybe to certain things you want to say yes more. If you can do it this month, 2025 is going to be yours. Because honey, you are the 3D. You are your 3D. Stop blaming your circumstances. You can decide what you want to participate in and what you don't. What is helping you live authentically and where you feel like you constantly try to fit in. And again, you might say, well, it's the holidays, you know, I'm going to see my family and I have to behave a certain way. Well, do you? And I probably won't get a lot of cheer for that, but really, do you? Do you? If you can't be yourself, why do you want to participate? Really, think about this. Why? I'm sure you're going to find some reasons to tell me because you practiced those reasons for the past 10, 20, 30, 50 years. But do you? So like I already said, in the next 30 days, you will get a plan from me. But you still have to participate. It's all good and well for me to give you a plan, tell you what to do and how to do it every day. It's nice to have me tell you, what I would suggest you to do to shift and change your frequency, but you then still have to do the thing. Right? You can't just sit there thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to read what she's giving me here and then I'm going to continue complaining about my life. That is not going to work. But I promise you, if you are doing the work, if you're actually doing the work that I give you to do, and there is some work to do, it's not going to be heavy mechanical work. It is more working with your field, with your mind, but it is still work. And you still have to catch yourself because you'll waver, you will waver. I promise you, you will waver, especially in the beginning. You will have to stay on board if you want to see a change in 30 days. And again, I promise you, you will see a change at the end of the month if you do the work every day. Because I cannot help you if you jump ship. I cannot help you, right? If you want to jump back into your old life, well, okay. All versions of you are always available. Every version of you is always available to you. But again, you keep tuning into the one you've practiced the most. Now, in the next 4 weeks, we're going to practice the new version self. But again, you have to practice it. You have to practice it. So let me just give you an example. I give you my example day, right? What I do. I wake up in the morning. First thing I do is I have my affirmations on. 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Then I'll do a meditation. My morning meditation. I have a personalized meditation. I personalize to myself. Sometimes I do other people's meditations. If I find someone that I really resonate with, I do that. Then after that, I put my face mask on. I have my LED mask and I sit there and listen to a revision meditation. I revise certain things in my life. I revise certain things that happen in my life that I'm not resonating with. So I revise them. Then I get up, do my journaling. Usually that is very quick for me. In the beginning, if you just started journaling, I would advise to take some more time, right? Take some more time to journal. I will give you 10 journal prompts for each day. Each day you're gonna get the good stuff. And you can journal. You can journal those questions that I give you. Now I get up and then I start my day. And you might say, well, that's quite a long morning routine. Well, yeah, but it helps me to be the person I want to be, to live the life I want to live, right? I get myself in the most gorgeous state in the morning. So my day goes like this. Yes, I have bad days too. Not gonna lie. Of course, I have my moments. I'm human. And of course, I waver sometimes. Oh, do I? Yes. Yes, I do. But at the same time, I always remind myself who I am. Not who I want to become, but who I am. Do you understand the difference here? Because if we think about the person we want to become, there's always this understanding of, well, it's somewhere, right? It's not here already. It's not us already. So there is this kind of lack. But when you understand you already are that person, you just have to bring her forth, or him or her, then there's a different understanding, right? The mind understands it in a different way. It understands, wait a minute, we're already here. We're already here. Just have to play it out. It's already there. So like I already said a few times in the next 30 days, I will give you a blueprint that you can use in your life to reprogram your mind and bring forth that version of you that you truly want to live like. Again, in the beginning, we might have to do a bit more breath work to realign our nervous system, right? To come back to calm, to grounded. But, we're probably within the next 2 weeks, you will already feel a shift, right? You will already see a shift also in your life. You will notice that people respond to you differently. Again, if you do the work. And guys, for the love of God or the universe, please stop complaining about your circumstances, about the isness of life. Stop complaining about what you constantly see around you. Or he's not doing this for me, he doesn't take me out, my mother is like this, my boss is like that. Stop it. Stop it. You can acknowledge it. Yeah, you know, this person didn't conform to your desires. Okay, fine. Move on. What do you actually desire? And how can you give that to yourself? And that's where we get to self-love. This is going to be a big practice in the next 30 days, a big practice in self-love. So we will dive right in tomorrow with the self-love. I'm going to give you meditations, affirmations, journal prompts. I will give you other tools that will help you bring you back to the version that you want to play out, right? Because I know the first few days are going to be the most difficult ones, because you're not practiced in that version, right? You're not practiced. You're probably also not practiced in self-love. I'm not talking about self-care here. I'm not talking about you putting a face mask on, you know, putting like $200 creams on your face. No, you can do that as well, but that is not self-love. Self-love is knowing and understanding that you are love. I love myself. I am worthy. I love, adore, and cherish myself. When you can say this and really deeply, deeply feel this inside you, you know, if there's no ickiness, like, what did I just say? That sounds weird. Once you are there, which you're probably not going to be right at the beginning, but once you're there, everything else will fall into place easier. You know, there's like this domino effect that you will get from it. I will be your guide, but I will not drag you. There's no dragging. I will not drag you. I will just be there, right? I will be there every day. You can tune in to this channel every day. You will find either a video, a short, or a little note from me in the community section, and you can use that to remind yourself who you are. And again, in the beginning, this is going to be a little more difficult. I will give you breathing exercises that you can use to bring yourself back. As soon as a thought that isn't serving you comes to your mind, you can, you know, take yourself out, do 5 minutes of breathing. And you, even if you're at work, go to the toilet. I don't care. I don't care how you do this. But this is my gift to you, but also this is your gift to yourself. Remember, the subconscious is always trying to find evidence for everything that we think, right? Now, you've practiced thinking a certain way for the past, I don't know, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And, you know, you have a lot of evidence for that because, you know, it's practice. So there's a lot of evidence for that state. Now, we have to find evidence for the new state that you want to live in, live as. And we do that by repetition, repeating the new beliefs, the new knowing. Repetition dissolves your doubt. Repetition changes your beliefs. In my personal experience, repetition is the biggest driving force. However, that alone, again, in my experience, isn't what will help you shift fully. You will also have to address certain things in your life, right? Maybe the addressing is related to certain people that need to leave your life, right? Or that you need to talk to less, or that you should see less. So you'll actually have to implement shifts and changes as well. You know, just telling yourself affirmations all live long day is wonderful. I'm all for it. That was, by the way, for me, the biggest change that I had to do, because I've been doing inner child work for 25 years. And I've seen shifts and changes, right? A lot has changed in my life. But I was never a big fan of affirmations. I felt always weird saying these kind of things to myself. I'm a goddess. I'm like, really? Yeah, okay. I felt weird. It was just like I couldn't get over myself. And then eventually, after doing a lot of inner work, I realized I could still not say those affirmations. I'm like, what is it? And then I understood that I just have to keep saying them, because in the beginning, it will just feel weird. And maybe in the beginning, you have to start with more generalized affirmations. I'm loved, cherished, and adored, right? That one is a more generalized one. You know, if you start with I am a goddess, that might put you off. And, you know, you might say it once or twice, but it's not sinking in. It doesn't penetrate your subconscious at all. So we are going to do the inner child work. We are going to do affirmations, and that all together with the clarity. And that is the most important part here, right? Like, to begin with, clarity of who is that new version self, right? Who is she? And that brings me to the exercise that I was talking about at the beginning that I want to leave you with. The exercise that I want you to do today, after you've written down your 10 things that you did in 2024, or that happened for you in 2024, that were wonderful, that made you happy, that made you smile. So after you've done that, I want you to do the following exercise. Part of this exercise is becoming very clear about who that person is, right? That person that you want to bring forth. And you can start out doing this exercise by doing a little meditation. You know, again, just what we just did, close your eyes, then do maybe the little box breathing exercise that I've just given you. Calm yourself down, and then start imagining the person that you would admire being. Who is that person? How does she look like? How does she talk? How does she interact with others? How does she communicate? What does she think? Where does she live? What does she do? How does she do it? Who's she with? Where does she go? Who does she go with? And see it in front of your third eye, right? You have your eyes closed. See it vividly and feel yourself enter. Really start using your senses. We're going to talk about the senses tomorrow. How the senses help or hinder you living your best life, your best version self, the version self that you admire being. So you're in that exercise, you're becoming really, really clear about that person. And then what I want you to do, when you come out of that exercise, I want you to go to ChatGPT. You can do that without ChatGPT. You can write your own little, I am the type of person script. You can write this yourself, but ChatGPT is your best friend when it comes to really drawing out a picture that you just had in your mind, really scripting it out. So you type into ChatGPT all the things you've just seen, right? Like the person that is living in a penthouse apartment in, I don't know, New York, or in a little farmhouse in the south of France, or whatever, right? It doesn't have to be that grand or that grand. It can be whatever it is for you. I'm the type of person that always goes there, that always does that gets up in the morning and does this, that, you know, sees her friends, that yada, yada, yada. Write it down and then ask ChatGPT, write me a comprehensive description of that person. How does she live? Or does he live? And then you can ask ChatGPT to give you a day in his life example. How does she spend a day? And you can always ask for a different version, right? You can always, adjust. I've done that multiple times. Like I adjusted little things that you would think like, that's ridiculous. But ChatGPT wrote out something for me where I got up in the morning and it was all like, I was like, oh yeah, I'm feeling this. And then it said, and then she's having tea. And I'm like, I don't drink tea. I don't like tea in the morning. And these little things really put me off. And I'm like, no, we're having coffee. So I changed it. So I really felt it. I could really feel it. And I could really utilize all my senses with it. So that's how I want to leave you today. So go and do that. So that's plenty to do for today. And then tomorrow we are really starting with day one. Tomorrow will be another video, another small little video where we're going to talk about the first day, the first few steps that we're going to take. And then the next few days I will give you meditations and affirmations, and also write down in the community section what I would suggest you to do on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday. Okay, so keep checking back. And I'm very excited to work with you on this. And if you have any questions, please feel free to type them below in the comment section. And anything else, I'm here for you. I'll see you tomorrow.